Well, we're going to continue staying with this. I'm sorry I don't have more information. Would like to be here to give you more information when it comes out. What I'm going to do really quick. Yeah, there was a person, as Sharita said, on Facebook, a local person who said that there were over 10 dead and 30 injured. She has been in our Facebook chat, but she is just talking. She wasn't there herself, so we don't know if that's true. She was told that. She said she talked to some people who were there, but we just don't know for sure. All right, give me 1 minute. I'm coming right back in 1 minute. We'll continue our live coverage in 1 minute. Thank you for your patience. It is 7:33 Eastern Time. It is 8 hours after this mass shooting happened in Dadeville, Alabama, and there has literally been not a single word officially said by authorities about it. We're still waiting for the first official statement.
Yeah, that sounded crazy. Fucking 8 hours after a shooting that may have involved teenagers or children, and nobody's given a statement yet from the police department.
And we still have some moderators here. Amazing. Rusty G is over there in One Way Street on YouTube. I really appreciate it, moderators. Thank you. And I have not slept. I've been up all night. A quick thanks, by the way, to Billy Joe Drage and Purple Oryx and Dara Shana Rani and Ross and Found and Saint Sepulveda. Also, our Twitch moderators. Thank you. A Moment of Lovely, Bastion Girl, David Green, LB Prairie Dawn, I Got That Fire, Lemon is a Mood, Papa Bear, Smoke, and Surly Death. Thank you so much. Yeah, I never would have guessed that we would be sitting here this late, and there would be still no official statement about this and no press conference so far. Never would have guessed.
Well, guess again, motherfucker.
Again, let me know what you're hearing. The local paper It's been an hour and a half since the local paper, the Alexander City Outlook, posted anything. They had posted several times. They had done these live streams several times during the night and said that they had heard that there would be a press conference soon. Never happened.
A little bit.
It has been over an hour since the reporter WRBL's Elizabeth White, who's at the scene, she has not posted in over an hour. I don't think they know anything, or maybe they're taking a break and sleeping. And police have been at the scene all night. We know that.
No, with 10 dead bodies, they ought to be.
There it is. Mahogany Masterpiece Dance Studio. Again, the information is in the red ticker there. The basics are in the red ticker. Oh my gosh. I will keep looking. I don't know when they're planning on saying something about it. Are they going to wait till like 9 a.m. their time? We still don't even know, like, if there's any suspects in custody. Don't know. But I mean, this is awful. Is that a Sweet 16 party? Yeah, our viewer Degassi says they wouldn't do it during church services, so it'll probably be prior to 9 a.m. When would those services start? No idea. I can't tell you who did it. There's a report that there was an altercation that led to this. It's now 7:40 a.m., 8 hours and 10 minutes after this reportedly happened, and not a single statement about anything from authorities yet. And I know some of you have seen the photo of the six bodies. It looks like 6 young people's bodies. I mean, they definitely know, right? At this point, like, clearly for hours and hours and hours, the authorities have known that there was a shooting and known how many bodies there are inside that building. That's just something they would find out pretty quickly. No, our WRBL has not updated since I last looked at it. I showed you the updated one. Just to sum up from BNO News, we know a Alabama reporter has heard at least 5 dead. Yeah, this says at least 5 dead, 15 injured. I mean, it's hard to say because the reason they're saying that, I think, is because we have one report that there's at least 5 dead. We have another report of at least 20 injured. So I think BNO News is thinking, well, maybe the 5 dead are part of the 20 injured. They could be right. I don't know. But my headline, I just have at least 5 dead, 20 plus injured, because that's 2 different reports we've heard. But this was at a Sweet 16 birthday party. Yeah, and I'm seeing some different articles about this, but they tend to just be repeating what WRBL said, or repeating what BNO News said. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when they're planning on saying anything. D-Blot says, if the department is so small, why won't the state say anything? The mayor, Hyde asked about the mayor. I haven't heard about any comment from the mayor. The mayor is Jimmy Goodman. I read WSFA says Jimmy Goodman is the mayor. Wait, why did it say Jimmy Frank Goodman? Alexander City Outlook mentions him as well.
You.
I haven't heard anything from the mayor. And again, I'm sorry, I have been up all night. I have not slept. So it's 7:46 a.m. here. Unbelievable. going to stay up as long as I can, try to get you information. Are townsfolk in lockdown? I've heard nothing about that. I don't know. As far as I'm aware, the townsfolk haven't been told much. We don't know if there's any suspects in custody. It is currently 6:47 local time. Oh, update. I have an update for you. Update. Montgomery Advertiser. This is from Alex Gladden. As the sun rose in Alabama on Sunday, police continued to swarm downtown Dadeville, piecing together evidence from a Saturday night mass shooting. Investigators spent the night working the crime scene in the old Bank of Dadeville, a brick building that was converted into the Mahogany Masterpiece Dance Studio. Teenagers gathered at the studio Saturday night to celebrate a birthday. Gunfire erupted just after 10:30 p.m. For more than 8 hours after the incident, law enforcement released no details about the shooting, the victims, or the suspect. Wow. Dadeville was trending on social media, where an image that showed 6 people collapsed, 6 bodies it looked like, inside a venue, circulated amid pleas from some users to take down the image. Still, other users on social media recorded video at a local nearby hospital where families were waiting for news on injured loved ones. Ashley Hill lives in Opelika, but she traveled to downtown Dadeville with 2 other women after hearing about the shootings to find out whether a friend of the family was safe. Babies, very devastating, she said, shaking her head. Hill said the small town of Dadeville does not have the violence of big cities. Dadeville has population around 3,000 people. Dadeville had 1 prior mass shooting when a gunman wounded 5 people during a party in 2016. I'm going to post a quote about not hearing anything from authorities. Yeah, this is pretty incredible. I'll read you that quote again. From the Montgomery Advertiser, for more than 8 hours after the incident, law enforcement released no details about the shooting, the victims, or the suspect. Yeah, as D-Bloss says, at least somebody is calling it out. That's from the Montgomery Advertiser.
Man, being on the 3rd floor get rough.
Yeah. Gunfire erupted just after 10:30 p.m., but for more than 8 hours after the incident, law enforcement released no details about the shootings. Thanks, Will L. By the way. Well, yeah, they're kind of that news.
I hate having to fucking change my position just to paint this bitch. Let's see if I can just.
Excuse me.
That might be good. I might get that. I don't know. It's easier for me to paint straight lines certain ways. Yeah. If I have to paint a line horizontal, that shit is hard for me for some reason. But I can paint a vertical line way more steady than I can paint a horizontal line. I don't know.
Update. I have an update from Outlook, from the Alexander City Outlook. New update from Alexander City Outlook. They are a local paper. Let me show you what Alexander City Outlook has to say, guys. Shooting in Dadeville is still under investigation. A shooting occurred in Dadeville at Mahogany Masterpiece Dance Studio around 10:30 p.m. Saturday. Police swarmed the scene and blocked off the crime scene, which ran from the front of PNC Bank to Mahogany Masterpiece. Well, that's not the crime scene. It's at least the place that's blocked off. Police have not confirmed at this time the number of victims, their conditions, or anything about the shooter. Dadeville Police Department Chief Jonathan Floyd and Tallapoosa County Emergency Management Agency Director Jason Moran have said there will be a press conference with more information, but as of 6:45 a.m. Sunday, 7 minutes ago, no such conference had occurred. Police from Dadeville, Tallapoosa County, Jackson's Gap, Alexander City, Newside, Auburn, Opelika, and Lee County, and more are there. According to witnesses, the shooting occurred at a 16th birthday party. Investigators worked throughout the night. According to Russell Medical Marketing Director Susan Foy, staff received notification approximately midnight that the hospital would need to provide care for several victims related to the incident.
You know, that's crazy when they gotta call the hospital
From the hospital
and get the hospital prepared. When you gotta call ahead of time to the hospital, like, yo, all hands on deck, cause you bringing y'all a wagon load. Like, what the fuck, yo? That shit must have been crazy. They had to call ahead to the fucking hospital. Wow.
And there were quite a few people involved. She said she could not provide an exact number of victims, the status of their injuries, or whether any fatalities had occurred. Again, WRBL says at least 20 injured. A reporter with ABC 3340 reports that at least 5 are dead. Wow, it's almost 8 a.m. here, been up all night. No announcement yet about this shooting. Winter Rose says, I'm wondering if authorities are waiting to inform the victims, the families of victims first, but can't locate all of them. I don't see why that would matter. I don't see why you couldn't at least say, as the authorities, there has been a shooting. That's all you got to say. That's something. I don't see why they'd have to inform all the families to just make a statement like that. Alexander City Outlook also says on their Facebook page, we are still waiting for an official comment from investigators, police, anyone. Wow. They're not happy there at the Alexander City Outlook. Look at what they wrote. This is a local paper, Alexander City Outlook. We are still waiting for an official comment from investigators, police, anyone. Maybe because it's a small town. I mean, isn't Uvalde kind of a small town? It's bigger than this, though, right? Uh, 15,000 people in Uvalde, which is pretty small, but this town is 3,000. Maybe in a small
Yeah, but
town,
with
it's just
3,000 people,
they
you
got their own
still
ways of doing
all the
things. I don't know.
professional people know everybody. So everybody at the newspaper knows everybody in the courthouse, who knows everybody on the police force, and that's why the newspaper is like, we still haven't heard anything yet. Like in a little teeny town like that, everybody know everybody, and so that means once again, there's only 3,000 people. So if there is 20 people injured in this shit, there's so many families connected to this thing, and you're only, second cousin removed from everybody else in fucking town. So this could have been like a prominent person in town, some of their family members. Maybe it's the judge's nephew or some shit did this dumbass shit. And they're trying to take their time with getting it out to the press because it's going to make the family look bad. Once again, there's only 3,000 people in this town. Everybody knows everybody. So it's some weird ass shit. Yo, but follow my man's channel, Agenda Free TV. Yo, this dude be on the news like immediate. I don't even watch like regular news. I can just check his shit out, and he'd be up on all the latest headlines normally before other news start reporting that shit.
In 3 minutes, it will be 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. Central Time is where this shooting happened. Spidey Sense says no live streams leaked from the kids' phones. I'm not aware that there are any. There could have been. I'm not sure. Maybe there's video of it somewhere. I don't know.
I didn't think about that shit because if it was a 16...
Oh, did I miss up AM? This happened at 10:30 p.m. It is currently just about 8 a.m. Eastern.
They said this was a 16-year-old's birthday party.
It happened around 10:30 p.m. local time.
You know what 16-year-olds do at parties? They have their phones out recording all kind of shit for Instagram Live and Snapchat and TikTok videos and shit. So damn, maybe some of this shit is on camera somewhere. That's crazy.
And I haven't slept. I'm like just doing my best to stay up and try to get you more information.
These glasses are giving me a little bit of a challenge here.
I did think that, like, when I was getting ready to go on the air, I was like, you know what? By the time I get on the air, I bet they'll have already done their press conference. Maybe I'll miss it. Maybe I'll get on the air and they've already done it, or maybe I won't even do the stream because they'll already release the information. Well, that was wow. That was over 5.5 hours ago. I just don't believe it. I can't believe we've been here this long waiting for an official statement. Thanks, Sky River Blue, by the way. Yeah, this is, I don't recall. mean, I know it's at night, but like, it's been such a long time. Rinda Lynn says, believe it, small towns do things slowly.
Yeah, they do. Because too many known people are involved. That's what I'm saying. That shit touching somebody's family that's gonna be damaging. In small towns like that, your name and reputation really means some shit.
Benelux thinks if the shooter, Benelux Supercars thinks if the shooter were alive, they would be on a mass manhunt. Looks to be if there's no manhunt going on. Well, I don't know if there's a manhunt going on. I don't know. Also, a shooter could be at large, but maybe authorities think they know where the shooter is. So I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I don't know if the shooter is alive or not. I have no idea if the shooter's in custody. I haven't heard of a big manhunt, but who knows?
You know what? I got a matter of fact while I'm thinking about something real quick. I got a painting that I'm
It's
gonna
now
be showing in a
8:01
couple
a.m.
weeks.
We're somehow
But
still up.
the last time I shipped it somewhere, it got
7:01
damaged a little bit, and I
The shooting
always
happened
keep telling myself I need to
8 and
touch
a
it
half
up
hours
because it's just this
and no
a little
statement.
black area, and I'm hoping all I gotta do is just like slap a little black paint on there, and it'll cover it up completely. So while I got this brush and black paint right now, I'm about to run downstairs real quick and see if I can touch this other paint up. While it's on my mind, I keep telling myself to do that shit, and I keep forgetting about that shit every
Probably
fucking
get a
time.
police statement right after I get off the air. That's probably what's going
All right, let me do this real quick, and I'll be back. Let's see.
Seeing on some people on social media, some people are waking up and hearing about this, just being stunned about it. But again, this happened in the small town of Dadeville, Alabama, at the Sweet 16 party at a dance studio. Mass shooting. At least 5 reported dead. One outlet reports at least 20 injured. There's a photo which appears to show 6 bodies on the ground at this dance studio. One report says a confrontation of some sort led to the shooting. And our report, we showed you a report that most of the victims are teenagers. As I said, what's going to happen if they wait too long is you will have other major news outlets will just start contacting the witnesses themselves and reporting what they hear. And you're going to have a lot of reporters in that town.
I did touch a little piece of it, but I took too little paint. I thought I just needed a dab. I actually needed a couple of dabs, so I'm still have to go do that shit again.
I mean, all I'm only aware of 2 reporters who were there at the scene. The WRBL's Elizabeth White and Alexander City Outlet. I don't like your old reasons. Why are they being so stupid? No idea. I really want to be able to do this. The later it goes, it's harder just because I have to.
I want to work on her eyebrows. I should have did that shit before I cleaned all my other colors off. Fucking shit, bro. But I'm at that point where her eyebrows need to be done because I'm not trying to keep working on her face too much. So I'm gonna get a little bit of this. Damn. I should have been
I mean,
did
it's
that.
also crazy because like, none of like the news channels or anything.
I guess I can use some of this.
If this happened in a normal size city
All right.
in the middle of the day, it would be like the biggest story. A Sweet 16 party with at least 5 reported dead and 20, or at least 20 reported injured in a mass shooting at a Sweet 16 party. Can you imagine? And like, I'm watching some different news channels right now. They're not talking about it. What am I waiting up for? I'm waiting up to get details. What do you think I'm waiting up for? To get details about what happened. I want to know what happened. I want to know the exact details. I want to know if there's a shooter still at large. Pale Horse thinks they'll start at 9 a.m. We don't even have a time for the press conference. Jake Puckett thinks it's the biggest event in the town's history. If you drive through Dadeville and you blink, you will miss the town. Oh, Alexander City Outlook is live. Hang on. Alexander City Outlook is live at the scene. They're doing live streaming right now on Facebook. Some teenagers were fatally shot. There's much less police there now. No, I can't steal their feed. So I'm listening to it and I'll let you know what she says. She said, we're not getting any real information from those around here on the scene. They're clearly quite frustrated at Alexander City Outlook.
Yeah, you can't really see shit.
They say they haven't. They haven't been told any information. I mean, they've talked to witnesses. I bet they have an idea. Or shot. Again, it's at the Alexander City Outlook is live now, and they're just standing where they have been, across the street from. That reporter was there all night. I mean, great work being there, and you can just tell that they thought hours and hours ago there was going to be a press conference, and just soon, and just nothing. Hang on, I'm just listening to the end of this Alexander City Outlook live update. Yeah, they're wrapping that up, live up. Unbelievable. It's 7:11 a.m. and literally not a peep from authorities about that. Nothing. Literally nothing. No official statements about this the whole night. Not a peep. One of our viewers, she says, I hope for a press conference as soon as possible. They have no idea when it's going to be. So our viewer Bijan says, wonder if police had poor response in hiding it. Nothing about this. I mean, I don't know, but it seems like it was just something where, again, from what we heard, there was an altercation. I don't think this was a long, my guess is that this was not a long event. I don't know that for sure, but it seems like somebody kind of just like shot up the place and then left, or maybe they got killed. I don't know. So again, I don't see anything obvious that would suggest some kind of. I have to imagine the police weren't even there when it was going on, But I don't know, And then a couple of our viewers had said like something's up or something. They're trying to cover something up. I don't know what it would be. I mean, is it?
See, I'm not the only person getting that feeling. I'm telling you, bro.
They don't want to have the town look. I mean, it's going to come out anyway.
Yeah, it's going to come out. Whatever it is, they're taking too long. It's a small town. All the professional people know each other. This shit directly affects somebody prominent in that town. If the resident is there, and either they're trying to handle it very, very delicately, or like the other suggestion, maybe they had a slow response time, like Uvalde, and if they did their job better, maybe so many people wouldn't be dead. Or it's so hard to tell in these small towns because these people are really tight knit. They're really proud people, and if somebody's reputation is fucking destroyed, somebody's family name is destroyed, and this shit is not gonna fly well. That Alec Murdaugh shit in South Carolina is a perfect example. And I'm from a small town in South Carolina. I know how this shit works. There's just certain families that get privileges and benefits because they help establish some of the major institutions, or even help found a town or whatever. So these people trying to spin this shit in a way where it doesn't make certain people look bad, or the negative aspects of it doesn't trickle down past the actual perpetrator of the crime, and infects other individuals who may be related or acquaintances or business partners or whatever with him. So everybody's gonna try to distance themselves from whoever this motherfucker was who just went and did this extremely heinous crime. So they need to take some time. And plus, once again, a town of only 3,000 people, they don't have a lot of resources. And as Steve mentioned, they had to get help from the towns. Other towns in the county had to come assist because it was such a large crime scene. And so, not very many resources, not really accustomed to having violent acts on this scale. Also, just given the statistics and demographics of a small town like this, you already know that, like I say, names and reputations are on the line. So this is going to be some weird shit. And whoever better figure out the best way to spin this motherfucker.
Is it just that they're on their own timeline and feel like we don't have to say anything? I just don't know why you wouldn't want to tell the people who live in your town that at least that there's been a shooting.
Everybody already knows.
And maybe something about whether there's a suspect running around.
It's a small town. Everybody already knows. They're just trying to get that shit ready for the national public. Local public already knows what the fuck the deal is.
This local paper is clearly very frustrated, and there's people posting in their comments who are very frustrated.
Even the people at the paper, they
it's
already
come out
hearing
eventually.
Rumors. Exactly.
So why would you just not want to say something?
They already hearing rumors. They're just trying to verify rumors now, and they're mad because the cops aren't giving official statements when they already know what the fuck is being said.
Shannon O'Hara Spears says she was looking at houses there because her son, has been in law enforcement, said Dadeville is safe and a great place for her to buy.
Psych.
She says, and that says a lot because he approves of almost nowhere. I can't believe there's no presser yet, but this small town probably doesn't have a clue what to do.
Oh, they have a clue. Because you can cover up the fact that it's somebody's family. It's the mayor's cousin.
Just the longer it goes, it just seems like there's some. I don't know what it would be. It just seems like there's some reason. There's got to be a reason that nobody's saying a peep. A peep. There's some reason. There's all kinds of reasons you can think of, but it's not just for no reason. It's this long. And you can see, that's why the Alexander City, the local paper, they think it's crazy too, because they literally posted about a half an hour ago. I think they posted this. When did they post this? 25 minutes ago, they said we are still waiting for an official comment from investigators, police, anyone. That means they're like, what's going on here?
An official comment.
And that's the local paper.
They're waiting on the official comment, which also implies that the rumors are already out there. They just want somebody to verify that shit.
I would definitely want to know if a shooter was still
We heard such and such.
But it doesn't seem to me like something where
the chief of police won't say it yet.
The mayor just won't say it. My guess is that it happened before law enforcement even got there. So I don't know. How about this? How about the Kay Ivey hasn't said anything about this. Kay Ivey is the governor of Alabama. Just nothing. And I'm aware.
Talk about this shit, man. It's too early on a Sunday morning. Anything. And then once this shit hit the national press, here come the gun bans all over again. Here these people marching in with that song, ban all guns. ban all guns.
(7:17 a.m. local time). We're approaching 9 hours since this happened. Kamo says maybe the shooter was the child of someone important.
Bro,
I have no idea.
Yo, there
But
we
again,
go. Yo. Come on, man. This shit don't make sense. Come on, man. That motherfucker related to somebody important. I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's my hypothesis with this small town shit. Because you related to everybody somehow in these little ass towns. If you're not blood related, you're related through marriage, in-laws, and all kind of shit. They want to slow roll this one. Make sure they get all the words right. Somebody gonna say, well, he was in the psych ward 2 summers ago, and y'all already knew he was crazy. And he had a felony gun possession charge already. Y'all let this criminal slip through the system. And this is what happens. And also he's related to such and such prosecutor. Or this is what happens when you show favoritism. They don't want none of this shit to come out.
it's going to come out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hide. It's going to come. So why not just say something about it? Unbelievable.
Tell him, Steve. He said that shit is unbelievable. Small town, Alabama.
Jolene says it may just be because no one can get any information.
We got
no one can get any information. This happened at a dance studio 9 hours ago. There's been police at the crime scene all night. There's been white tarps, white sheets covering things on the floor. There's a picture that's been floating around that appears to be legit of bodies on the floor from when this happened, and no one has any information.
Don't sing the song.
So all the police that have been in and out of that building all night don't have any information?
Look here, son.
And
we got all the information we need, and we'll give it to y'all when we're good and ready. This is a delicate matter. We're not trying to rush. And
Michael from B&O said the lieutenant governor posted something.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Michael. The lieutenant governor of Alabama posted this. Lieutenant governor of Alabama, Will Ainsworth. I asked all Alabamians to join me in lifting the Dadeville community toward the Lord so he may shower everyone who suffered injury and loss with the strength, love, and consolation only he can provide. That's from the lieutenant governor of Alabama. Thanks to B&O.
Let's go ahead and send out them hopes and prayers.
Posted 15 minutes ago.
You know, we get them hopes and prayers out there. That should change everything. Right? Not.
I got to start hiding people who are rude in the chat. Yeah, I'm getting very close to just mass hiding people in the chat. People are so rude. I'll do it. Strange Reverend, our viewer thinks everybody knows no one is talking. I am sure that police have known for like within an hour or so of the shooting, they knew exactly how many people had died there. It's not hard. It's not a hard thing to know if you're talking about at the actual scene.
That's my flyers.
But I mean, guys, there literally hasn't even been like an official statement saying there's been a shooting. Like that level, there's been nothing. There hasn't been a tweet. There hasn't been a press release. There hasn't been a post on Facebook. There hasn't been a press appearance. There hasn't been a phone call. There's been some people here and there which said something to an individual reporter, but nothing in an individual capacity.
No,
absolutely nothing. Zero.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And they gave me a Glock shit too.
Well, let me put them on the table.
Keep a couple from my person.
It's now 7:20 a.m. local time. 7:20 a.m. local time. In 9 minutes, it'll be 10 hours. It'll be 9 hours since
it was
this happened.
heavy as shit. I'm like, oh shit. Must have came
Yesterday, sometime.
I guess so.
I feel bad for people in the town who probably want to know what's going on.
All right. All right. Where do I go from here?
So I'm just looking for updates here.
There it is.
And no comment from the governor of Alabama.
You sent the deputy governor out there to tell y'all what.
So again, this is
pray, motherfucker. Get them prayers in. That's all we can do.
by the way, there's always a recap in the red ticker. You can just read the red ticker. So this happened at a Sweet 16 party at a local dance studio in this small town of 3,000 people. Happened around 10:30. There is a photo floating around that appears to show 6 bodies on the floor. The floor of that photo looks just like the floor of the dance studio, so it appears to be a legit photo. Maybe it's not. It certainly appears to be. One Alabama news outlet has reported at least 5 dead. Another Georgia news outlet has reported at least 20 injured. And one news outlet said that they had heard that there was a confrontation before the shooting, but it was a Sweet 16 birthday party. Also, there was a report that most of the victims are teenagers.
So was this an adult who came to the party, or was this a kid at the party? I'm leaning towards a kid at the party.
Our viewer Twisted says, if I can find it here. Twisted says, this is wild that no info has come out officially, none. Considering it's a shooting and the fact that the victims could be teenagers blows your mind. In 4 minutes, it'll be 7:30 local time, 9 hours after this happened. Our viewer Kristen Cooley says she lives in Phoenix City. I don't know if it's Phoenix or Phoenix, about 56 miles from Dadeville. Reporter Elizabeth White out of Columbus, Georgia, was reporting last night. Yeah, Elizabeth White. Oh, Elizabeth White actually just posted something 19 minutes ago. Let's see if she has anything new. We were listening to her last night. Hold on. It's not more than 20 people injured. This looks like her just kind of summing up what we know. Yeah, it's like, yeah, so she just gave kind of a summary, Elizabeth White. She's been reporting from the scene tonight, but there wasn't really much new in that summary. I lived in Opelika for about a year, which is about 25 minutes away, I guess, 25 miles away. Okay, give me a shout. We're still live. I have not slept. I apologize. Fox News right now is just saying report at least 20 hurt in Alabama shooting. They're just, they don't have new information. They say we will continue to monitor it. No one can there's no official statement. Matthew Shaw thinks small towns don't like the news to get out.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
A little bit of an update. Let me show you the News 3 update. Quick thanks to Unite for Peace, Angie G. Harper, and JAD Robbie. News, Georgia CBS outlet, WRBL, they updated their article a little bit, I guess. Celebration turned violent. Excuse me. A shooting left more than 20 people injured. The gathering was a Sweet 16 birthday celebration. The shooting happened around 10:30 at night. The majority of those injured are teenagers. We don't know if anybody's any suspects are in custody or how many have died. Harvey Esquire says no shelter in place. I haven't heard about it, but I don't know for sure. I mean, they haven't announced it. Investigators report a suspected altercation led to a shooting at the party, which was at a dance studio.
Man, who bring a gun to a
Yeah,
dance?
it's really not. I don't. They said they updated the article, but there's really nothing new in there.
Y'all going to the dance party? Hell yeah. Let me grab my gun.
Yeah, no word on suspect or suspects. Nothing. No word on anything. Nothing. Still no statement whatsoever from authorities. None. Liz Dan says, interesting the related families are not speaking up. Yeah, I was saying before, I would think eventually media will just start talking to the families. And then, it seems to me from what they've said, I actually think that WRBL and Alexander City, that Alexander City paper, I think that it sounds like they have talked to witnesses. I think maybe other news outlets would start just putting out what they had heard from witnesses. These news outlets have not. But I'm guessing that there's reporters who's talked to some witnesses. But eventually what will happen is just witnesses will talk to some news outlet, and the news outlet will just say, hey, this is what we heard.
I'm getting paint everywhere now. Shit.
Rock K9 says if they have the shooter, I think they do a presser. I suspect they're searching for the shooter. Is there any chance that they wouldn't want to give information out because they haven't caught the shooter and they're embarrassed about it? I'm just trying to come up with some explanation on their end of why they wouldn't literally put out nothing.
Well, if they haven't caught the shooter, they should at least tell the locals, yo, stay the fuck inside. There's a
Shannon
madman
O'Hara
around.
Spears, who I believe is in Australia, says the governor is known as Mama. This is exactly what we'd expect from her. She has not released a statement yet. No, I didn't see any videos on SnapMaps.
Holy shit, no. All right. Glasses are looking okay.
It is now 8:35 a.m.
nails
Eastern
are
time.
looking
It's
okay.
7:35 Central
Let's
time.
move.
7:35
to-
local time there in Dadeville, Alabama. It's 7:35 local time. This shooting happened
really
at
should.
10:30.
Do the shirt next to the.
There are
black
reportedly
shirt.
at least 5 people killed, reportedly 20 plus people injured at a Sweet 16 party. This happened at 10:30 p.m. and it's 7:35 a.m. and the authorities have not said a peep about it. Just amazing.
trying to see which way the best way to go. So I gotta do the shirts and the hair, but I think I'm gonna do the orange shirt first, and then do the black shirt. So then I want to do the hair last, and when I'm doing the hair, I don't want the orange to be really wet. So let me get that out the way. Do her shirt, his shirt, then her hair, and then I think that's it. So I'm gonna need really just orange and red, maybe a little bit of yellow. Orange, red, and yellow. Oh, and then after I do her shirt, I can do the necklace. I might be able to do the necklace now, honestly. Let's see. Do I have the proper colors on this thing? I probably can get away with the colors I have right here to do this. Okay,
Brenda Gaines, says she lives close to where it happened. As I said before, though, there is a photo floating around which appears to me to be legit of what appears to show 6 bodies on the ground of younger people, maybe like teenagers. And the place where this happened is a dance studio called Mahogany Masterpiece in this small town of about 3,000 people, where there was a Sweet 16 party going on. If you look on their social media, Mahogany Masterpiece, that is a picture from 2 months ago from their Facebook page. You can see that is right inside the front door. The front door has 2 windows on either side of it, and there's the door. And this is looking the other way. That's the front door right there. The 2 windows. You see it has this flooring with the wood and the gray. If you look at I would advise not looking at it, but if you were to look at the photo showing the 6 bodies on the ground, that flooring really does seem to match this floor here. And it looks like that photo with the 6 bodies was taken right near the front door, sadly. I wasn't, I had my doubts about the photo, and I was like, well, I don't know if that's a legit photo. But with the flooring match, it makes it, I think, quite likely that it's a legit photo. I hope it turns out it wasn't, or maybe it's something from the past. But unfortunately, that photo seems like a pretty good match floor-wise.
I may need to switch colors a little bit. Let me switch a little color here. I'll do some of this. No.
All right, it's 7:39 a.m. Still nothing from authorities. 7:39 a.m. Nothing. Nothing at all. Not a single peep from any authorities about that this event happened. Any word on the firearm was used? No idea. There's been nothing. Not even any reporting on that. Even unofficial reporting. Now you have more reports coming out, but they're just quoting WRBL. At least 1 dead. Well, we know there's more than 1 dead. After more than 20 shot at Alabama party. Reports. But the reports that are quoted are the Alexander City Outlook and WRBL, which is what we're talking about. Sherry Morrissey says this is not even trending on Twitter. What the heck? Well, I do think you'll be hearing a lot more about it later today.
Is Twitter the end all be all for news? I wasn't aware of it.
Quick thanks, by the way, to Robbie and Rock K9 and Unite for Peace and Angie G. Thanks to all of our moderators too. Our moderators are amazing. They are still there. Rosie Freckles moderating. Thank you, Rosie, for being here so late/early. One Way Street is there. Ruby Roo is there. Danny James is there. Al Star is there. Thank you. Linda Belk says, have ambulances come to help the injured or dead? Yeah, I think that happened a while ago. I mean, that was around when it happened. This is hours and hours ago, from my understanding. Thanks, Linda, for moderating, by the way. Much appreciated, Linda. Thank you. Thanks to all of our Facebook mods as well and our Twitch mods over there on Twitch. A Moment of Lovely Bashing Girl, David Green, LB Prairie Dawn, I Got That Fire, Lemon is Mood, Papa Bear, Smoke, and Surly Dev. Thank you. Just trying to get you the latest updates here. Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, if this happened, this story, and it happened during the day in some like normally sized U.S. city, it would be the hugest story.
Mm-hmm.
Governor Ivey has not tweeted yet. Said nothing. Think of all the coverage. If there was a mass shooting at a Sweet 16 party, and it was reported that at least 5 people had died and at least 20 had been injured, and most of the injured and dead are believed to be teenagers. Think of the coverage that would normally get. Jamie says, I'm going to read a message from our viewer, Jamie. Jamie says, you choose your profession. Lack of sleep comes with the territory. You have not shown any empathy for victims, their families, or the town itself. I am a Dadeville resident, and yes, it's a small town. We were not prepared for a mass shooting of this size. I live only 2 blocks from the scene, and I have not slept all night either. Let me address Jamie's points one by one. First of all, when I have I think this would be clear to anyone listening to me with an open mind and who wasn't looking to be angry about something. Every time I have talked about not sleeping, the reason I have said that clearly was I'm explaining why I'm being quiet, why I don't have more energy. You can check the tape. You can rewind the tape. Every time I've said it, I've said it in the sense of explaining to people why I'm not saying more while I'm not recapping more. And I say that every time. Not once have I complained about not having sleep. So that's thing point 1. Point 2, you've not shown any empathy for victims. Absolutely false. I have said many, many, many times on the air how sorry I felt for the people there. And you can just go back and check it. So fine. Third, we were not prepared for a mass shooting of this size. So I guess that's supposed to explain why there's no statement out by authorities. It's absolutely a ridiculous argument. It is a ridiculous argument to say people are too busy to release a statement. Here's how long it takes to release a statement. One officer types an email out or picks up the phone and call. I'm sure they know people at the local media and they say, this is our statement. There's been a shooting in downtown Dadeville. We're looking into it. We'll have more information soon. What was that, about 20 seconds? 20 seconds. So you're telling me nobody who works there in law enforcement, either in the city or the county or the state, has all of about 20 seconds to pick up the phone and call somebody or send an email? It's ridiculous. So everything that was sent by, now that person might just be a fake person who doesn't actually live there, but it really is, everything that person said is just ridiculous. And that's the kind of stuff I have to read. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of people don't like when I get upset about that stuff. But at a certain point, you're sitting here and you can only, for every one of those I read to you, there's like dozens and dozens of garbage that I don't mention. But at a certain point, it's just so annoying that I have to call the person out on it. So, what can I say? But just somebody who hasn't watched the broadcast and hasn't been listening. Anyways. But you know what? Some people love being angry and they just love criticizing people. No matter what. Even if their criticism is just false, they just love doing it, and that's their thing. So there you go. Nathan says, can't believe there's been no statement from the police. Nothing. Not a peep. Or a local politician. How about a local politician? How about the mayor? Where's the mayor? The town has a mayor. Does the mayor not want to say anything? Nothing from the mayor. No, there wasn't stuff on the police scanner that I could tell. Had it on for a while. Oh, Senator Tuberville. Uffy mentioned this. Hey, we have a statement from Senator Tommy Tuberville. Senator Tommy Tuberville says, heartbreaking news overnight from Dadeville. Praying this Sunday morning for all the victims, their families. Is this his account? Yeah, that's U.S. Senator Tuberville. That's the legit account. Praying this Sunday morning for all the victims, their families, and the entire Dadeville community. So that's Senator Tuberville. He just came out with a statement right now. Still nothing from the governor. But notice he doesn't say what the heartbreaking news was. There's no statement about what actually happened there. Just heartbreaking news from Dadeville. Well, what happened in Dadeville? It is now 7:50 a.m. local time. It is 9 hours and 20 minutes after a shooting happened, reportedly a mass shooting at a dance studio in a small town in Alabama where there was a Sweet 16 party going on. And one news station is reporting they have heard that over at least 20 people have been injured in the shooting. There is a photo floating around, which does appear to be from the dance studio, and which appears to show 6 bodies of younger people on the ground. Looks like they might all be dead. A reporter from ABC 3340 in Alabama has said they have been told at least 5 people are dead. A report from WRBL says most of the victims are teenagers. And there has literally been not a peep at all from authorities or local politicians. And there's been literally no official statement all night that anything happened. And it's so, there's been such a lack of information that the local paper, Alexander City Outlook, posted this about an hour ago. They said, we are still waiting for an official comment from investigators, police, anyone. This is them basically showing that they can't believe that there's been no official statement. Officials told them hours and hours ago that a press conference was coming up, and it never happened. So that's the local paper. They're clearly just surprised and frustrated about this. And there was a local person who posted a Facebook video. This is like 7 hours ago, where she said she had heard that there were over 10 people dead and 30 people injured. But we don't know if that, we don't know if that's going to be the ultimate numbers. One of the local WRBL said they heard that this shooting happened because there was a confrontation and then the shooting happened. We have no idea if there's a suspect in custody. We have no idea if the police know who did this. We have no idea if the suspect might be dead or something, or how many shooters there were. And all the reports I see are just, the vast majority of reports I see are just closing. They're just quoting other stations and other reports. And again, you have a senator from Alabama posted something about how upset he was, but didn't say anything about what happened. Senator Tuberville. Heartbreaking news overnight from Dadeville. Well, what news? Praying this Sunday morning for all the victims, their families, the entire Dadeville community. What news was it? What news was it? What happened there?
I ain't gonna tell y'all that part.
I agree with Michael Bartell, who posted on Twitter saying, it's strange that politicians from Alabama send thoughts and prayers to Dadeville without knowing what actually happened. I think they do know what happened, they're just not saying.
Mm-hmm.
It is almost 8 a.m. local time. Almost 8 a.m. local time. This happened around 10:30 last night, and no comment at all from local authorities. A quick thank you to UFDA. I appreciate it, UFDA, Mark Potoshnik, LLFM, and M Brains, and B Duff Travels. And let me just shout out our mods again. You know, our mods have been here all night. Rosie Freckle, I got that fire. Really appreciate all of our moderators. Danny James. Linda Belk. I am seeing a lot of people posting on social media. I'm not reading these comments, but there's a lot of people posting on social media who are quite upset with the lack of any kind of update or any kind of announcement from the authorities. A moment of lovely Bastion Girl, David Greenall moderating, LB Prairie Dawn, I got that fire, Lemon is a mood, Papa Bear, Smoke, and Surly Dip.
About to eat some breakfast.